Morning. Something that every cruiser hates, a problem with the head. So I got a problem with the electric forward head. It won't pump out. I've taken the Jabsco quiet flush pump apart to check that there's no blockage in that and it's clear, but it won't pump at all. So I've got a problem with the hoses or the through hole. Let me show you. So here's the Jabsco quiet flush. I've taken it off, cleaned it out. There wasn't much in there. Put it back on. Getting the O-ring to stay in place is a bit difficult, but I managed to do that on the third attempt. I think I'm probably going to have to take it off again and have another look. But I flummoxed as to why it won't work. I'm going to next try to make sure the anti-siphon's working, although that shouldn't affect it. But then I also discovered, I'll show you down here, which is a bit of a problem. I can't close the through hole. There, it's seized, which is an issue. I'll have to try and find a way of doing that. Of course, to get to this, I have to remove all the tools from the cupboard and take the cupboard out. I'm probably going to have to take this next one out as well. But then there's also a Y valve here to go directly overboard or into the holding tank. So that was seized as well, but I've managed to free that. I've switched it to the holding tank in the hope that the blockage, if there is one, is in the through hull, but to no avail. When I've switched it to the holding tank, it still won't pump out. Some friends have suggested, because I used muriatic acid to clean the pipes, that the debris it's dislodged may have trapped itself in this 90-degree bend. But I can't take that off because I can't close the through hole. The other option is that the through holes are barnacled over and nothing's getting out. When I pump air through it, you can hear air bubbles coming out the outside, but not very many. So I've got a bit of investigation to do. I think it probably means the boat is going to get ripped apart to get access to everything. But it's a job that I've been putting off. That's the contents of the cupboard. Yeah, not good. So I'll update you as I go along. Let's take this top of the anti-siphon off, and you'll see that when I press the evacuation button, something's spinning. It's trying to suck the water out, but nothing's happening. It's not going anywhere. It could be something simple that I've put this pump back on and not aligned the exit hole, but I'm pretty sure I got it right. But let's take it off for the fourth time and see what happens. I'm going to fill the bowl. I've taken off the hose. Oh, and it's running out. Let's see if the pump works. Yeah, the pump works. The pump works, so it's not that. So that means the exit's lined up. Wow. I've connected the dinghy foot pump to the exit hose, and I'm going to see if I can push air through it. It's supposed to be going to the holding tank at the moment, and then I'll switch it to the overboard. I should be able to hear the bubbles outside, hopefully. So I've got the hose off to the anti-siphon valve, and it was pretty clogged up, and it looks clogged up all the way through. So I'm going to have to take it off from the anti-siphon valve, get it out and bash it on the dock and try and clear it. I think this is the problem. It's going to be blocked all the way through. It's disgusting. Yeah. And the toilet's only used for pee. But yeah, it's starting to smell. Yeah. So the white hose, which is connected to the Y valve, is clear. When I empty the toilet bowl, it comes out, but it appears that the Y valve has got some blockage in it as well. So I think I've got a total system blockage all the way through. So every hose is going to have to come off and be cleaned out, and get somebody to, I'll probably get somebody to put a bung in the through hole, so I can take the hose off of that and clean that out. It's going to be one hell of a stinky job. So I've had to rip the boat apart, which I'll show you now. It's a much bigger job than I anticipated. Here we go. So that's the topper mattress, the Pullman drawer, all the crap out of the drawers, the bedding, the mattress. There's crap everywhere. Just to get access down into here, and I've also had to take the shelf out of there. So it's slow progress, smelly, horrible, and I'm just hoping. It's now 12 o'clock. I've been on it 3 hours, and I don't know whether I'm going to get it finished today. So this is the extent of the blockage. That's going to the holding tank, and that's going outside. So this thing's going to have to be stripped and cleaned out, and then every single hose removed. The problem is I can't close the through hole. Had to take the Y valve apart because it wouldn't, the handle wouldn't go to all the positions. I've cleaned out the connectors, but when I took it apart, you can see why. Something's stopping it, so I've got to clean this out, and then I'll be able to move it to closed, holding, or direct overboard. This thing is really clogged up. So 45 minutes later, it's clean. I think I've put it back the right way round. Not sure yet, but we'll screw it back together and see what happens. Hopefully it will turn to all three locations. There she is, all done, and it works. Oops, just do it with one hand now. So that's to the direct overboard, and filming and doing this is impossible. That's the holding tank. So yeah, put this back. I've still got all the hoses to pull out and do, and I'm still not sure I'm going to do the through hole one. Weird. One side of the anti-siphon is clear, and the other side's completely blocked. I presume this is the overboard side. Well, not completely blocked, but there ain't much room. Okay, clean this one out. Well, that hose was completely blocked, and after smashing it with a hammer and sticking a hose down there for, I don't know, 10-15 minutes, it's all come out. It was quite badly compacted, but damp, so it did move, which was good. It was a bugger to pull out, so getting it back in is gonna be I don't know, impossible. Nigh on impossible. Dear oh dear. Boat builders, fill a space and don't leave you any room. So feeding the hose back up was a lot easier than getting it out, which is amazing. It must have pushed it back in through a different place, because it went in quite well. So now it's time to start to reassemble. So started to do this, and yeah, we'll see. Hopefully it's going to go back together. I can't do it, the final hose because of the through hull. I'll have to jump in the water tomorrow and knock a wooden bung in on the outside. We'll see. So I couldn't get the hose off that goes to the overboard, so I've had to cut it off, as you can see, and this 90 degree bend is full, and the hose looks full as well. So this is the last hose. It's just going to take a while now to get the blockage out of the 90 degree, and and then try and pull the hose through. So I managed to get the hose out after a lot of messing around. I had to cut it just in case I can't get the old one back and get it to fit. I'll have to put the new one in. So maybe I'll put the new one in, I don't know yet. Oh, coming to the end of it. As expected, the old hose was impossible to get back on. 2 inches off the other end just made it impossible, so I've fed the new hose through, and it's now connected. I've just got to connect now to the through hole, which is going to be a task. I'm going to drop the end in some boiling water and spread some washing up liquid on the inside, and hopefully it will slide on to the 90 degree connection. Well, it's all put back together, no leaks. Just got one more thing to do to screw the Y valve back into the cupboard edge, and then that's done. It's all been tested. Phew, job done. Thankfully. Well, that's a job I never want to do again. Probably 3 days. Not good. I did check the aft head, took off one of the hoses to see whether that was okay, and it's clear. So I don't think the previous owners used the aft head very much, and whenever they did, it went to a holding tank which is empty. So any lessons learned from it? Yeah, throw some muriatic acid down the toilet and flush it through the system, I don't know, every 3 months, just to clear any build-up of crystals. But wow, yeah, not good at all. But on the brighter side, it's done, and I had a couple of visitors the last few days. Some people that followed my channel from the very early days, Dave and Michelle, off a boat called Endless Summer, another Catalina 42. They came down in the Ha-Ha and knew I was here, came looking for me in their dinghy, and we had a long chat, met for coffee, and then went out in the evening for margaritas and tacos, Mexican style. So a big shout out to them. Thanks for your support, and I hope you enjoy your time in the Sea of Cortez and your newfound cruising life. Thanks very much for your support, and for everybody else's support for tuning into the channel. So that's it for the moment. On to the next project, which is the shower sump in the aft head, which you don't really use. It won't pump out. The pump works, but there's obviously a blockage somewhere. I need to chase the lines through and see where and what's up, because the I don't think the through hole's blocked. But yeah, another project, another day, but I'm gonna have a few days off. That is one mega project that it was a nightmare and really stinky, but it has to be done.